Friends, amigos, kaibigan! Welcome to another episode of Food Whip. It's the show where you watch me get groceries or go to a cool restaurant, depending on what I feel like. My name is Danilo Dane. I'll be your host. Well, as you probably have noticed by now, I'm new to YouTube. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. And with any new venture, a mission statement is essential. So my mission here is to teach you how to make food for your loved ones fast, cheap, easy, and delicious. It's been a long time since I went to cooking school. And the first thing that they teach you when you start, it was Vancouver Community College. And to this day, it is still one of the best cooking schools in all of Canada. I'm grateful that I had a chance to learn from the best. But the first thing they taught you there is the basics. I remember it like it was yesterday. They give you a uniform. They tell you to get dressed in your chef whites. They give you your white jacket, give you your chef hat, and that once you put it on and looked in the mirror, you really felt like a chef. And then they would take you into the classroom, and you would go over basic cooking techniques. They do a little presentation. They teach you things like the difference between braising, stewing, difference between grilling and frying, and then they really fired you up. Then the chef was like, "Okay, class, follow me to the kitchen." And you're like, "Oh man, what are we gonna cook today? This is gonna be awesome." Then you get up, grab your knife roll, and you jog over to the kitchen, down the hall, ready to grill your first steak. Then the chef opens the door and says to you, "After you, chef." Then you walk in expecting to see the gleaming professional kitchen of your dreams. You know, the one that was all over the brochure before you registered. Then you walk in, look around, the kitchen was absolutely filthy. It looked like a tornado went through it. There were cutting boards all over the counter, vegetable peelings everywhere, overflowing garbage cans, and the dish pit was filled to the sky with dirty dishes. And I looked around at my classmates, and I only saw faces filled with disbelief and shock. I'm sure if I could look in the mirror, it would be the same thing. Everyone's quiet. Then the chef turns to us and says, "Okay, guys, clean this up." That's the most basic thing you can learn in all of cooking. The lesson that we took away from that is that a clean kitchen is a delicious kitchen. I will never forget that lesson for as long as I live. And that's the reason why my food is so good. I work clean and I work safe. But I'm going to leave the kitchen cleaning tutorials for another day. Right now, I got to get some groceries. I got my trusty grocery bag right here. Oh, and if you're wondering if that was sesame seed oil in my cup holder, you'd be right. Well, more on that later. We're out here on Fraser Street in Vancouver. It's a nice sunny day. We're going to our local local Indian grocer to buy some cilantro, garlic, and onions. Take the bus. Man, the Chinese restaurant here. Maybe I might go here later and buy some Indian sweets. Oh, hell yeah. What a gorgeous day. Brecca's right here too. Let's see what I got here. Actually, let's take a look at how much I spent first. I spent, you guys see that? $7.92. The reason why I'm showing you the receipt is because I want you to know how much money I spent and how far we can stretch every cent. We're gonna do that with here today. So let's go over the ingredients. Today I bought some cilantro. Here's a cilantro right here. The cilantro right here. Sorry, I had to do a little pause to do my thumbnail. Cilantro. Here, that was 79 cents for the bunch. Put that in the little cup holder. I got some corn nuts. These are those delicious Indian corn nuts. They're soft and they're really, not just for snacking, but they're really good in salads. But that's another episode. Onion. One big one. Garlic. We're going to use this whole thing here. All four. Well, not for this dish, but we're going to use all 4 cloves, and I'll show you how you can stretch every single clove. Last but not least, I got some eggs. That's another episode too, but our focus will be on cilantro, onion, garlic. Oh, so now we're in the kitchen. So I got my salad spinner, filled it with water, put the whole bunch of cilantro into the water, and as you can see, I'm agitating with my fingers. So I'm gonna drain it. Look at all that dirt there. Drain the water. Let the sink drain a bit. Cage goes back in. Where's the lid? Put the lid on. After that, we're gonna give it a little spinneroonie. Spinneroonie. So it's getting there, nice and clean. Not quite dry yet. So we're gonna drain it again, lid back on, give it another spinneroonie. Take it out. There, nice and dry. So in the next segment coming up after, let's see if we could get a nice shot first. Oh, look at that. The bouquet. So we're going to go to the cutting board next. And what I've done here is I rolled all the cilantro into a ball, and using my knuckles with my fingers bent and my thumb in, I'm using that as a guide for my knife. So use your knuckles as a guide for your knife and run your blade through the cilantro slowly. You don't want to cut yourself. Now you can give it a big hack. Keep your fingers up. You don't want to cut yourself. Just like that. The big pieces over there, we're going to grab them. Again, we'll roll them into a ball. Use your knuckles as a guide. Run your knife slowly. Right? Add it to the rest of the pile. Give it a nice chop. Pop, 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 pop. There you go. Chop cilantro fast. So we're going to go to our garlic. So what I done in this one is I got all my garlic, peeled every clove, put every clove into a jar with a cascabel chili and a couple of bay leaves, and I covered it with olive oil and let it sit for a bit. The flavors marry, olive oil and the garlic get to know each other. So again, here, just like the cilantro, knuckles in, knuckles in. Now that you got it into a fine dice, you can give it a nice fine chop, cheap chopping. So after this, we're gonna get some salt. Put some salt on the garlic, right here.
Is it sharp?
The salt is going to act like an abrasive, kind of like sandpaper. So we'll chop through it. Chop through it. Or use the back of the knife to smash it. There you go. And that's how you chop garlic fast.
I'm ruining my pot.
All right, into the pot, into the pot. Okay, we'll give it another chop. Back of your knife. Be sure to keep your hand nice and flat. You don't want to cut yourself. And this goes into the pot, ready to be sauteed with a chopped onion, some cilantro, and garlic. Fantastic.
Thank you.
And here's a shot of some finely chopped white onion. I chose not to put the chopping onion part into this video, as chopping onions is pretty intricate, and in all honesty, it deserves its own video. And the next shot here is a shot of some sofrito, after adding some ground up annatto seed and ground up peppercorns, a couple bay leaves, and letting it saute for a bit. See, that's a delicious base for anything. And that's why it's so prevalent in Latin cooking. So if you want to make your frijoles for your tacos, once you have your sofrito going with your annatto seed and your garlic, add your kidney beans, some pork fat, saute it around for a bit, add your water, then cook up till they're soft. In the next couple of videos, we'll be going over some dishes that wouldn't be possible without sofrito. This one's kimchi carne asada, made some Korean tacos. Next one's salsa verde. Did you know that salsa verde goes really well with Chinese sausage? Yeah, I put it in a taco. We'll go over that one. Next one is Chef Carlito's Plátano Frito y Frijoles Taco. You can get these at Polito's Latin Cafe. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching Food Whip. Be sure to like and subscribe.